Part three. Yeah, the other point, right, I try to make to Anthony Keith Jenkins, right? Shorty revelations, of course. That's why I call him short caked. Caked. Revelations says because he's fucking caked, all right? Yeah, like the point I try to make to him directly, and even on the live stream I said it to him, but I think it just went over his head. But I did say it to him. I said, look, I only talk about you, so don't you realise a weird pattern here, seeming you've been spying on me too? Because he accused me of stalking him. You see, I was only matching his energy. Like, for a prime example, if he pops in on my live stream watching unannounced on TikTok, well, I'm going to do the same to him, okay? I'm only matching his energy, all right? Because I'm thinking, okay, he wants to pop in, and out of the kindness of my heart, I'm thinking, okay, I'll return the favour. I'll pop onto his live stream. Sometimes he will pop his head in and view my profile or watch a couple of my videos on TikTok and whatever and other social media platforms. I'm like, okay, that gives me the right and the privilege to practically do the same. That's all I was doing. I was being nice, being genuine, being my true authentic self, being nice, letting them know that, hey, I'm willing to be civil with you, you know, treat you with respect, be civil with you. But the thing is, I turned around and I said to him, don't you notice a weird pattern that the only time I'll ever speak about you is when I dream of you, is when you think about me all the fucking time? Hasn't anyone noticed that? If everyone's been watching my content over the last 3-4 years, have you guys noticed that? That's the only time I'll ever speak? That's the point I'm getting at. And I tried to explain that to him, but no. No, you can fucking forget it. You didn't get it. That's the only time I'll ever talk about him. And when I've blocked him, because I'm dreading of what's to come. That's another time I'll only ever talk about him. And because, of course I couldn't turn to him when I started having those dreams. Every single time I block him, one dream after the other after 3 flipping weeks. Of course I couldn't turn to him. You want to know why? Because the way he talks to me. Talks down to me, oh, you're fucking crazy. I couldn't fucking turn to him, and tell him straight out and say, listen, I'm going to tell you something here. And I know it sounds crazy. You know how many times I've been tempted to just, come and speak to him? But I couldn't because I knew his behaviour. I knew how he was going to treat me, how he was going to talk down to me, be all cocky and acting all king and all that. I was not going to tolerate that behaviour from him. I want to be able to feel comfortable in opening up to him and telling him the vulnerable truth of what was going on. But I thought, look, enough is enough. I don't care if it was on a live stream. I'm thinking, I'm glad I fucking spilt the beans and told him straight. How could I fucking come to you? How could I come to you much way earlier in the piece when you kept talking down to me? Every time I tried to be nice to you, you slapped me in the face. Practically, by being rude and cocky and talking down to me like you're king and I'm a fucking peasant underneath your shoe. What makes you ever think in your fucking mind that I would ever want to open up to you about what was truly going on? Of course you're going to think I'm crazy, and he did. He thought I was crazy. But you know what? I was strong this time, and I thought, no, fuck it, he's going to know the full fucking truth because I fucking had enough. Because I was already up to here. And then he, all right, he's trying to be civil, but, I just got fed up towards the end. I had to block him, people. I just had to get rid. Because I'm thinking, nah, he's viewing my profile. He itches for my attention. He does weird shit. Trying to matchmake me with these randoms and everything that I told you guys before. So, yeah, I had to get rid. And it's permanent. There's no way. I can't go back on what I'm saying now, no matter what. Which means if I dream of him after 3 weeks, which most likely I fucking will, I'm just going to have to bite my tongue. I'm going to have no fucking choice. And yes, it's going to torment me. He's going to get angry, and I'm going to start dreaming of him being shitty and depressed and angry and frustrated. Oh, why did she block me? I had a dream of him actually saying that to me. This is what he said. Unblock me, Lizzie. Fucking unblock me. He was getting aggressive. He was in my face. Why have you blocked me for? Getting all shitty in this dream. He was cornering me up and I'm up against the wall, had these shopping bags in this dream, and it was dark. It was around night time, and here he is following me. And I'm looking over and I can see him following me. I'm thinking, oh no, and I'm trying to get away from him quickly. He ended up catching up to me, and then he's cornered me up against the fucking wall, and he's tearing strips of me, unblocked me, demanding me to unblock him. What the fuck? What am I going to do? So like I said, I'm psychologically trying to prepare myself for the worst. We'll see what will happen. And of course, I promised him, because I did send him a message before I planned to block him, that if I was to dream of him ever again, after I blocked him after the 3-week mark, I said, I will never speak about you again. And it's true. When I dream of him, I'm not going to speak about it anymore. I'm going to keep the dreams completely private and to myself. And I'm just going to have to find a different way of dealing with the crap. The crappy ass dreams that I'm about to get soon. And I'm not going to mention it on social media, on YouTube, on here. I'm not going to talk about any of the dreams I have, no matter how they are. You guys are not going to know a thing. Even if he set up a fake account and he spies, he's not going to know a thing. Oh, and by the way, I know it was him that was pretending to be Jacob Lee. Oh, yeah. Because he turns around, and this is weird. He turns around and says to me as he was, talking to me. I knew who I was talking to the whole time. I just wanted to see how far he was going to go. He turns around and he goes, I dreamt of you and I'm not going to tell you. Yeah. Yeah. I know it was him. Oh, yeah. I know it was him. And it was him, too, that was pretending to be this other character. And he was with his ex-girlfriend at the time. They were both pretending. They were trying to get back at me for something in a fucking spastic ass way. And, I even told him, I said, listen, I know it was fucking you. And he's like, no, it wasn't. I'm like, don't act fucking dumb. I hate it when men act dumb. And you can see right through their fucking facade. I fucking hate it. You just want to wring their neck, and you can't wring their neck. Because they're too fucking far. You just want to jump through the phone and be like, just fucking bear the raw truth. Just strip yourself naked. Not in the actual sense. You know what I mean? Like, bare all. Rip your flesh off your bones, practically. Bare all. Fuck. It's like he needs to do more shadow work. No, he really does. More shadow work. He needs to flip and open up, that's for sure. He only talks about things that are, into politics, all that crap. All about psychological shit. You know what I mean? Like, he's got a high interest in psychology. Yeah. Well, he should go to uni and stay there. Yeah, I think he's trying to figure me out. That's the reason why. I wouldn't put it past him. So I don't know how I can figure out her. This weird bitch, he's thinking, I'm going to go and study psychology. I really want to help people who are suffering from, mental health issues. Yeah, right. You pick on people who actually do have mental health issues. How hypocritical and stupid is that? Oh, no joke, people. He says that he wants to do all these things, yet he picks on people who have mental health issues. Yeah. Like one of them, what's his name? He's got a disability. His name's Ryan. He picks on him. Makes fun of his videos and content and shit. Don't you think that's a bit hypocritical? That's what I'm getting at, people. He can be highly hypocritical, but he feels that it's okay for him to be. You know what I mean? Like, he thinks he's above everybody else to a certain extent. And he thinks I'm a piece of shit underneath his shoe. Likewise. That's what I reckon, likewise.